from social media. You guys see, I still post videos all the time. I do all of the things, but I have not had a viral video in a few weeks. And that stresses me the F out. Okay. I am one of those people where I am very easily overwhelmed. I am triggered by watching other people win and myself not win. I compare myself to every single person, every single chat. So I told Darnell, I'm like, while I'm getting off Adderall, I have to unplug. I'm like, I got to get out. I can't do it. But my business is on social media. I'm like, if I'm not on social media, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? So I went out and I did what I did before I had viral videos, before I ever got into the world of videos, where I was always, do you guys know when I first started Ariel, when I first ranked Sapphire, I was 75% local and 25% online. That was where I was. And I told myself, I said, you know what? This is where I used to be. This is where I can get back to. I can still do social media. But what happens when you lose your profile? What happens when you can't go live? What happens? Holly knows. I see Holly. What happens when you can't post a video? What happens when you can't do these things and you run an online business? You're fucking screwed. Like, let's be real. Like, you're screwed when you run a social media business and you can't do anything on social media. That's why we need to be in person. And I talk a lot about going to chamber events, doing this, doing that, all of those things. It's so much easier than that because can I tell you guys right now? I just texted Kristen right before we went live. I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm sleeping 14 hours a day because I'm on an Adderall detox. I want to just jump in a hole right now. Like, I can't even tell you guys the way that I'm feeling. Like, it's really bad. But so I can't network. Like I can't go to networking events and be myself. But you know what I can do? I know, Holly, I love you. It will come back. Trust me. I have been there. We have all been there. When we were on the cruise, I don't know if you guys know this, but when we were on the freaking cruise, I lost my Facebook. Darnell's looking because she knows. When we're on the cruise, when we're supposed to freaking be relaxing, I lost my Facebook. They took it away. I'm like, seriously? A place where I have no control. No control because you're in the open waters. You can't do anything. I lost it. And guess what? I lost it. Like I lost it. And that's not okay. Like that's not okay. We cannot let social media control the outcome of our lives. Okay? We cannot do that because we will lose it mentally. When we don't have a good day, we will lose it. Instead of controlling what we can't control, we need to focus on controlling what we can control. And that's our everyday encounters with people. That's something we can control. Right now in the chat, what I want everyone to do is type in one place you go every single day, or what's something that you do during the week. Do you have a kid's sporting event you go to? Do you do dance? Do you go to the grocery store? Do you go to Starbucks? What is something that you do during the week, just during the week? Like, I want to know in the chat what's something you guys do during the week, because that right there is the number one place that you can be networking your business. I had to be on my phone. I hate being on my freaking phone. See, Christy has soccer. There you go. Grocery store. There you go. Go to see my friend. There you go. There's so many opportunities to build your network. Yoga, coffee shops, exactly. So many places to build your network that are free. Free, number one. Number two, you don't have to go to a networking event. You can be yourself. Jiu-jitsu. There you go. I literally, you guys, can I tell you what happened to me today? So I got my game up because I really didn't want to go, but I went to a chamber luncheon. I was not myself. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. I got there right before it started. Do you want to know what sparked up a conversation? The fairy hair in my hair. Someone said, "Oh, I love your fairy hair." And I go, "Oh, I have that in because of this unicorn company that I represent. And I just love sparkles and I love all things unicorns and happy and it started a conversation. And all of a sudden I'm talking about the products. And I have 4 people that are standing around me listening that gave me their numbers to contact them about products. And I'm not even saying that is chamber related because this had nothing to do with the networking, anything. It just had to do with my fairy hair in my hair and just being somewhere. Okay. Like these are the things that we need to be doing. The places that we go every single day, we need to be talking about it. We need to be opening up about it. We need to be, I know Darnell, we've talked about this, is so good about it. I even shared something and she loved my tip. So when you go to the coffee shop, when you go to these places, when you put your drops in your thing, I always bring an unopened bottle with me. Last week, I sold 4 products in person because I brought gummies with me, beast mode gummies, 2 games, 2 softball games, because I was freaking exhausted because we just started travel softball at the exact same time I decided to stop Adderall. And I brought beast mode gummies with me. I sold 4 things of beast mode gummies last week and 2 things so far this week of libido gummies, just because I brought an unopened container with me with my opened container, and they bought them off of me on the spot. Now, I'm not saying that that could happen every single time, but what I'm saying is this was at the softball field, okay? There are opportunities everywhere, every single place that we go to talk to people. I know travel is exhausting, which is perfect because think about all the exhausted moms that are there that are stressed out, that need Comcast, that need beast mode gummies, that need wise, that need unicorn drops, that need greens just because they're freaking eating baseball food all day long. Like, let's be real. We have opportunities every single day with the people that we encounter to share not only our stories, but the products and the opportunity. If you're if you have a kid on travel, a 9 to 5, like, let's be real. Like, let's be real. Having an opportunity like this could be like the one thing that changes the game for somebody, right? Like, it really could. So I want Kristen to come on and share a little bit. She's got a really great kind of like whole title and game plan that she goes with. And then I kind of want to just chat with you guys a little bit about, I want to hear kind of from anybody who wants to share ways that you think that you could network outside of social media. I love all the Reels training. I love all the Facebook training. I think it is great. Let's be honest. It is totally random who goes viral and who doesn't go viral. Okay. It's random. Being consistent is key. I will say that it 100% is, but it's random. What's not random are the people that you meet and come in contact with every single day. So let's roll with that. I'm handing it over to Kristen.
Okay, yes, I love that. And I do love the social media trainings, like you said, but I don't know. I've always built my business based off of like real relationships that I know. Is it easy to get, I guess, strangers to order from you? It may or may not be. I don't know. Going viral and having a video where people just click on your link and order, that seems like, I guess going viral is the hard part, but once you do the ordering part, kind of simple to me. And then like the follow-up of that. So I don't know. I am a relationship building kind of person. I like to get to know them. I like them to be my friends. I like to I don't know, just feel like we become connected, because I feel like when you know somebody and they join you, they're going to stick around longer because they feel like you care and they feel connected to you. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there's so many times that like I want to just give up a lot of things, the food truck, this, all the stuff, right? I'm like stressed and tired, but y'all are my friends. And, we've had like encounters together, and I would feel more like I'm letting them down or I'm disappointing them or something like that, And so I feel like when you meet people and you get to know them, there's just a stronger reason for them to do it and to stay. So I call it the everywhere you go approach. And so everywhere I go, I'm literally just looking for people to be my friend. Like I put friend first, business second. Usually it's friend first, product second, business third, actually. So I just try to add people to my network all the time. I get involved in things that I can, know your capacity, but I get involved with whatever I can. So I meet more people. Some of us like to stay home, and that's okay, but we kind of have to get out there. We have to go and talk to people, which can be scary. I get that. I was a shy person once upon a time, but the more you talk to people and you realize, cool, like there's other moms out there that are struggling like I used to, and I can help them. You want to go find them. So like maybe going to the library and taking your kid to the library and doing like a story time, or I don't know how old everybody's kids are, but sports, if you're involved in the sports, like find a way to like get people to notice, wear an Ariel shirt or bring a product like Amanda said, or like have a cup with Ariel on it. And people are going to ask you, my license plate says Ariel. I have a sticker on my car, right? A decal. And I had a lady call me 2 days ago and she's like, hey, I don't know if I have the right number, but I saw your decal on your car and I set up vendor events and I just want to know about your company. I've never heard of it before, but I looked it up. You probably think I'm crazy because I was driving really close to you, but then a man came out of the car. So I was also confused. So I don't know if it's the right number. She leaves us a voice message. And I'm like, what is this phone call? This is strange, but I'm calling her back. So long story short, my husband has my car and he's up in Dallas servicing clients. And so he gets out of the vehicle and she saw Kristen Gonzalez on the sticker and she's like, that doesn't look like Kristen Gonzalez. But she calls corporate and she's like, hey, who do you know that's in the Dallas area? And the corporate gave them my phone number. And so it ended up just like meant to be. And so she was telling me about this big event she does. But anyways, like the point is have yourself out there as much as you can. Like you are a brand, right? And when people, I mean, I used to be the Thrive girl. Like everyone knew that's the Thrive girl. Now I'm kind of the gummy girl. Like everybody knows I'm the gummy girl. And if they are starting to feel stressed or anxious, or they need better libido, or they need more energy, like they know who to come to because I've just branded myself that way, and not a pushy way, but in a way where like, hey, I love this. I'm going to share with everybody. I'm not going to push it on you, but you know where to come. So like I got very involved in the kids' school. We had Cinco de Bunco with the ladies. I brought my own drink station with me. Like I brought the tray, I brought my Pineapple Express drops, I brought like my own glitter, I brought all the things. I'm like, here, if you guys want to use some of it, like go for it. And so I had unicorn or oh my gosh, Pineapple Express out on there and be like, what are those? What are that? I brought the darn Cloud 8 gummies, and you know, they probably thought I was the crazy girl who like brought THC to the party, but if they can go drink their alcohol, I can bring my THC gummies. So, you know, and they saw how much I was having a great time, but I wasn't like over the top and I wasn't drunk. And you know, I told them the next day I have to work my food truck, so I cannot be hungover. So this is the best option for me. And I explained to them and they're like, oh, that's cool. And so now they're asking like, I had the food truck out at the kids' school yesterday and they got drinks. And today we had muffins with mom and they're like, oh my God, I am dragging ass. I need those unicorn drops. I don't know what's in them, but you made me a drink and you put them in there. And like, it just took that coffee to the whole nother level. Like, I need this. So find a way, maybe, I don't know if you can like sample it out somehow, somewhere, or, I mean, don't go get a food truck. Trust me, don't get the food truck about to sell the damn thing. But if you can like have people try the drinks and realize, oh, cool, Wildcat mixed with coffee is good. Or you can just drop unicorn drops in a fancy drinks anyway. Like, I don't know, just always have a cup with you. I always have a cup with me too. Whenever I go to the kids' meetings, I always have an Ariel cup. Like they know I have a drink with me every time. So that's just kind of my brand, right? But anyways, you can meet people all over. I meet people in Target, and whenever I do, I start in person, but I do add them to my social. So I do add them to Facebook or Instagram. I had a girl knock on the door selling pest control, and she's the cutest little thing. I'm going to recruit her little butt. She's like 24. She like is a cosmetologist. She already does social media. And I'm like, girl, why are you selling pest control door to door? Like, you're way too cute for this. I love you, but we're going to help you out. So, you know, I found her on Instagram and we started talking. Because I'm like, if she's coming to my house to sell something, oh, I'm gonna sell her something too, you know. But more than just selling, I really just want her on my team because she's so cute. What else? I don't know. If you just think about your circles, right? Think about what you're involved in. Just think about how you can put yourself out there to meet people and stay connected and build that relationship, because it goes deeper than just, I think, putting a post on Facebook or Instagram or a video on TikTok and praying people see it and 500 people order from you. Like, this is network marketing, like we're networking and it's work. So it does take some effort. But building those relationships, that's what's going to stick around long term. Then, I don't know, then I feel like just like a video going viral. Like, yes, they'll be plugged in and they'll have emails and they'll get notified again whenever there's something with an email, whatever. But really building a true bond with a lot of the people on social, like it's kind of hard. So I love in person. And really, like if your social is doing well, you know, maybe the in-person might not be. But then if your social is not doing well, then maybe your in-person would be. Like, then you know you can kind of balance them out and you always have people to talk to. So I guess that's just kind of what was on my mind.
No, it's perfect because saying that in person goes right back to, like, I was going to say, so next Wednesday, I used to host in-person events all the time when I did LuLaRoe. Like I did them all the time. And then I feel like since I started the products, I'm like, well, no one's going to want to come. So you know what I'm doing? Next week on Thursday, I'm doing a mom's night out. I picked a charity, a local charity. It's $10 per person to come. There's going to be where you get 10 raffle tickets. So I have multiple vendors because think about, you guys, how many friends that we have that sell things, not even just MLM, people that sell cups, people that are photographers. Like I know a girl who makes hair bows, like so many different things. So I have them all coming and doing a table. They each donate something to the raffle. It's $10 for the people to come. I'm going to set up as well. I used to do these all the time. I have 35 people RSVP to come next Thursday night. Like that's huge. And there are people that I don't know. And it was really out of my comfort zone because I've never done an event where I didn't do LuLaRoe clothing before. So this was something like huge and new for me. But Kristen, I know, used to do like gummy parties. Not Gonzalez, but Butler. Like they are not gummy parties, but they did parties like this all the time. And that's how they originally grew their network before social media, before it was big. Think Arbonne, think all of these things that grew so much grew from in person, you guys. They did not grow from social media. There are like, I'm not gonna lie, social media, you see them talking water talk, talking all of these things. It is infiltrated with people selling products. What's not, do you know how many people are not on social media? Like 50% of the people that you talk to, I cannot tell you how many people at the soccer field, the softball fields that I talk to, and they say, well, I have social media, but I'm never on it. Like they're not on it. So you, by not talking to these people everywhere you go, you are 50% cutting out your audience. Like you are literally blocking the blessings by not talking to these people because they not only have not heard about Ariel, but they have not heard about any of these other holistic healing companies, products, anything. So they don't know any better than the over-the-counter medications that they're currently using or what their doctor's telling them because no one has talked to them because they're not on social media. They're not hearing about it. So you could be the one person that changes that person's whole trajectory, their whole life, because you decide to talk to them about it and open up about it. And I know it's scary at first because we're afraid, well, I want to keep my business separate from my personal. Well, guess what? When you decided to join network marketing, you made your business your personal. You just did. That's what this is. This becomes your life. You have to share your story. You have to talk about it. It is scary AF, okay? I opened up about having a freaking Adderall addiction and withdrawal with my children going to Christian private school. Do you know how many people though have messaged me and ordered Beast Mode and Wise Gummies from their school? Or come up to me when I'm picking my kids up and said, hey, I saw your thing and I just wanted to say thank you for saying that because I have a mom friend I shared your video with because she needs to get her kids off Adderall. Like you don't realize, like I feel like we block our blessings because we're so afraid of our personal network and overstepping and we don't want to like step on toes. We don't want people to judge us. Who freaking cares? Who cares? The right people are going to stay with you. The wrong people are going to leave. And then the better people, the lives that you're going to change, are going to find you and you're going to make a bigger impact than you ever realized. I'm telling you, like Kristen said, in-person networking is going to change your life because it's also going to bring the right people into your life. And it's going to create lifelong friendships and the people that you've been looking for to have around that you didn't even realize you were looking for. Like it will change the game, not just with your business, but with your personal life. And there's so many ways that we can do it. We just have to not be afraid to do it. We have to just talk to people. We have to use the products in front of people. We have to take them with us wherever we go. Ask your gym. Jennifer said she does jujitsu. Okay. Jennifer said she does that. That's the ADHD in me right there. Okay. Ask your gym. Oh, your kid. Okay. Well, there you go. Your kid still ask the gym if you can set your products up. I'm going back next week. I've set up twice now at the gym that I do cryotherapy at, and I've done over 800 in sales both times I've set up at the gym. And I have multiple people still wanting products. I'm going back next Wednesday. The gym's letting me set up for free. So not only does it pay for my gym membership, but I make money as well. And I make connections. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. It doesn't hurt. What are they going to say now?
Hot Works twice now because they've had stress awareness month and like they had mental health awareness. So I'm like, that goes right along brand. If you just ask them like, hey, do you care if I set a table up? Because we do that and we'd love to help people. And what's the worst they're going to say is no. I mean, they love that because it helps promote their business. They're tapping into your network for their gym. So you're bringing people yourself. So most of the time they're pretty cool with partnerships like that. Or like parties at your house. First off, just make it a ladies' night. Like, hey, we're gonna have a ladies' night. We did this a couple years, maybe last year, whenever Darylyn came. And I'm like, ladies' night at my house, and you can sample the products if you want. Just so they know they're gonna be there. Or you just start with ladies' night and you just put the product somewhere convenient, put it by the trash can, you guys. Wherever your trash can's at, if you have a counter or whatever, put the products right there. Because we had a cookie party 2 or 3 years ago, and I had whenever October was, I don't know when it was, 2 years ago, I guess. And I had the products right there, not even really thinking about it being like a gummy party. It was just like a decorating party. And they were by the trash can, and literally everybody that threw their trash away saw it, which everybody throws their trash away. And they asked me about it. And then I was just stuck at the trash can talking to people about the product for like hours. So
it's all conversation starters. And the other thing is too, is you say, okay, well, my kid is in cheerleading. Like they wouldn't want me to set the products up there. Well, guess what? Do you know what those girls probably need more than anybody else? Baked tape and dab cream. Think about the products that we have that relate to the audiences that you come in contact with every day. You don't have to advertise vapes to them, okay? Like, be realistic when you think about it and use the products wisely. Like, there is literally a product for every single audience, like every audience there is. And just, you can find the right one that goes to that audience and then advertise it. I'm sitting here. This is how you know, like, I need Adderall and my ADHD because I'm breaking pretzels up in pieces. But it's okay.
I mean, those cheer moms, those cheer girls, whatever. Like Jessica on your Rockstar, like she's a cheer mom. Like those cheer girls, she came to my food truck. This is a weird story, but she saw things at my food truck, and then somehow she went to like TikTok and found you, Amanda, on TikTok, and joined Amanda, and it was just this weird thing. But she's a cheer mom, and her daughter loved the drink we made her, and I'm pretty sure it was like greens.
It was greens.
She had a green drink, or she ordered the Mighty Unicorn that I make, and it's just blue raspberry with unicorn drops. Like they ordered one of each of those drinks, and she loved it. And she said it gave her daughter good energy too, and it was healthy for her cheer competition. So you never know.
Because for the cheerleaders too, having that CBD helps with the inflammation. They're banging their legs. They're doing all of this all day long. Soccer players, all of them, like, there's so many things. So you just have to think about it and think about the products. Like, don't advertise every single product to every single person. Okay. You have to really think about the product that relates to the people and the situation that you're in, and then go with that one for that group. But once you start doing it, it feels a little uncomfortable at first. I'm not going to lie. But then it just becomes second nature because you just talk about it all the time and you're just with them and you're using it. And then you just start to go, you friend all of them on Facebook and you start talking about those exact same things you talk about with them every single day. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, hey, can you bring that with you when you come? So you just have to start somewhere. And maybe it's starting on social media. Maybe it's starting in person, whatever it is. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread them out. That is the number one thing I want to say here. And I know I might have scared some people when I first talked about locally and going and joining your chamber and doing this and doing that. That all costs money. This that we're talking about tonight costs $0, because you're already doing it. So there is zero downside.
Sorry, I just thought about this
Good.
because I was talking to Alicia about it. She's about to do a gummy party at her house with some of the products she has, but she doesn't have everything, but she's been keeping her containers. So if you have your empty containers, at least they can like see the container, what it comes in, read the back, the labels, whatever touchy
Yeah.
feely, like touchy things. Or like take your gummies and cut them. And if you want to sample them, you can cut them in smaller pieces. So you're not giving a whole gummy to someone to sample. We cut them up at Hotworks and we were like, here, take this fat burner gummy before you go work out. Here, try this little shake mix. And we put them in little cups after your workout. It helps repair and replenish the muscles. Like,
Yep. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, you see me constantly in my stories. And whenever I go live, I always say, even if I'm not placing a local order that day, I say, I'm about to place a local order. If you want to get in on it and you want me to grab anything for you, let me know. Every time I'm live and in my stories, you guys, if you start, you're going to start noticing it now and see that I say that because I say it every single time. Because that's another way. Maybe you don't carry a ton of products. You can say, well, I'm going to place a local order. I can save you a little bit on shipping. I can add it to my order. You will start to get group orders. Like you'll start to get big orders. And what I do is I find one of those people's, I get everyone's emails because I plug everyone in, but I'll place one big order under one person's email so that you get that first time commission because it is a first time order. So you place it under someone else, but you place a bulk order for everyone locally. And then you can save them on that shipping. You do that big bulk order and you still get your first time commission. So there's a lot. I can talk to anyone who wants to talk about like how I do it and what I do personally. If you want, totally reach out to me or message me. But there's a lot of ways, and it just really does become second nature. Like it really does, and it will build your network. Like it. Then when social media goes down, you don't have to be scared because you still have a local network built up, ready to go, and you'll start to get people to join you locally. Like Holly is local to me.
I'm sorry. I'm like, and they're fun and find ways to collect their info. I have these here. These are from the Hotworks event that I did. We did, I gave away a couple sample packs because they're like hard to get nowadays. So I only give away like 2, but I collected their emails and their phone numbers and I followed up with them and put them into the audition. And now they're getting updates about what we're doing.
Something else that I do with what you just said with getting their emails, whenever they fill out one of those little things for a giveaway, when they walk away, I pull their name back out and I write on the back the products they were interested in. So I can follow up with them and I can know which products. Like I always write down which ones because you can have them enter. Yeah, you can have them enter their info too into the iPad. That's 100% true too. All right, Darnell, do you want to add anything on tonight? I know you do some local too.
I don't do it really. I don't do a ton local like you guys do, but I'm pretty good about every day that I go to yoga. I have dab cream in front of me. I pass it around the room. People use it all the time. I'm gonna get bake tape because like my hand has really been hurting when I've been doing a lot of inversions lately. So I'm gonna start putting the blue tape like around my hand here every day. People are gonna ask me about it. People are gonna want to know. And that's a really easy sample to give out to people. Um, so I'm gonna, those are just some of the things I do when I go. I also try to leave my house like a lot. There's a lot of people that don't leave their house, and I was one of them. I didn't leave for a really long time, but like I force myself to leave the house like 3 times a week, whether it be I just go work at a coffee shop or I go have lunch somewhere or something. I always bring unicorn drops. I always bring greens. I always mix it in front of people, and people are like, "What are you putting in that?" And I'm like, "Cannabis," and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they like want to talk to you,
Yep.
because you get their attention with saying something like that. I always have this, like Amanda said or Kristen said, I don't remember who said it, but I always have like this cup with me, and people are gonna stop and talk to me because there's weed leaves all over it. Somebody said something to me yesterday at yoga and she was like, "I love your cup." I was like, "Don't panic, it's organic." And I was like, and she was like, "It's so cute." And I was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "I work for a mental health and wellness company and we specialize in cannabis and functional mushroom products." And I was like, "So it just goes with my brand." And she was like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you ever want to know more, like, I'm happy to share with you." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, maybe the next time I see you." But it's just you have to be willing to just even open your mouth and say that. Because when you say something like that to people, it's like they're like, "You sell cannabis and mushrooms?" They like don't hear like legal cannabis. They don't hear functional part of mushrooms. All they hear is fucking weed and mushrooms. And oh, sorry, your kid's right there. That's all they hear. And they want to know, it's just, it's kind of it's a good way to get people in too. So, I always just tell you, like, bring your gummies somewhere. Like Amanda said, like this weekend, we were at soccer and I'm just passing beast mode gummies out. And I haven't been to practice this week, but I think that there's a couple of moms that are going to be like, "Hey, what was that? You got any more of those?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, and you should take my libido one too. Your husband will thank me." Like, and it's honestly like most of my people are from online, but most of them I know in person. So it's like I met them in person, I gave them something in person, and then they weren't really ready right then and there, but then they still follow me on social media. And I've got people that I've been talking to for 2 years that finally are just like, okay, I'm ready to try. And I'm like, thank God, I'm so tired of talking to you about this. Like, it's like $100, just try it. Like. But some people take a while to just jump. So don't get discouraged. It's important to show up on both, but like also don't beat yourself up if you're not the social media queen. You can be the in-person event like queen. You could do every single small vendor event in your town if you wanted to. And to be honest, to set up for an Ariel event is very easy. You take like the jars that you have on hand with you, you can pass out some samples, you can make some wildcat on the spot, like you can make some like unicorn water. Get some little mini bottles of water, open it up and put some unicorn drops in it and sell them for $1. And just people will walk around and they're going to come back and be like, what was in that water? Like, I feel great. Like 20 minutes later, So, at the end of the day, like there's so many events between your kids, like schools, like your local churches, like just small ones that cost $10 to join or $20 to get a table. Like they're really, really good places to start. And Amanda and I both, like, we sold clothes for a really long time. And I did a lot of in-person events to the point where I'm so burnt out that I don't do them a lot. I really don't. I've done like 4 with Ariel total, but when I do, I always do well. And I always say to myself when I leave, I should do more of these. And then I don't because this is who I am. But in the same like sense right now, I'm in a season where like my kids have soccer all weekend long. I can't do events on the weekends. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for my life. It doesn't work for my schedule. But there's a shit ton of people at those soccer fields on the weekend.
Yep.
And I talk to a lot of them. And I put my unicorn drops in the same drink every weekend. And all the moms know, they're like, "Where's your pink drink with your greens, girl?" And I'm like, "Don't you worry, Gregory's on the way with it." Like they know. They know. So keep doing it. Bring it out. Like that's my little suggestion. Like even if you don't want to do vendor events, because I am not somebody that wants to do them. I'm not. But they're really good.
Well,
They're really good for you.
they
like,
are,
for
but you
growth.
don't have to do, and you don't have to do the weekends either, because I'm like Darnell, we just started travel freaking softball. I don't even know
Right.
what weekends are anymore. Like I don't have weekends or nights. Like I just don't have them. But during the day, what I find is the best time? I ask the gym if I can come between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and set up. And that's when I've been going and getting crazy sales. Like Darnell said, you don't have to be the social media queen. And I can attest to that because you guys see my name at the top of those leaderboards every single month. That is freaking stressful. Okay. Like it is stressful AF to try to maintain that. Do not try to be that. Because I will tell you, then when it doesn't happen, you freak out because you're like, okay, well, everyone just expects me to be there now. And then I have not had a viral video. I hadn't had to happen. And it is random. Like it is random. I was random. Okay. What we do when we talk to people, that's not random. That's being real. That's showing up. And that's what we need to do more of. That's how we're going to grow. So I encourage everyone to get out there this week, show up. Okay, we got drawing. Kristen.
Sorry, before it shuts off, for the manifest, that someone who put it on subscribe and save. The winner is Diana.
Congratulations.
So you guys saw this live. I didn't mess it up. But we are the only ones doing Ariel, guys. So if you have vendor events and tables, you don't have any competition. Like it's us, and it's up to us to share and be that person in our local area. And you will get referrals. People will send them to you. And just know you are already doing a great job. You're